This episode is copyrighted, all rights reserved, Daniel Martin, 2023.
This is the Keeper of the Seven Realms. Subscribe. Go to the descriptions category if you dare. And play the game.
Portal to the realms. Glancing down towards the cliff edge, you notice a small dead skinny tree poking out of a crack in between the rocks. You rapidly pull it out and realize that it was about 8 feet long and was missing most of its branches. Despite being dead, it appeared to be strong and sturdy. As you study it in the blasting gale of the wind, an idea comes over you. After running about 30 feet back towards the disruptor, you quickly turn around and hold the stick in front of you like a spear, running as fast as you can towards the cliff's edge. You hold on tightly to the stick. At the last second, you place it down at the edge of the cliff and use it like a pole vaulting stick. Your momentum hurls you over the mouth of the chasm. As you land on the other side, the stick breaks in half, but you're alive and safe from the disruptor. Standing up to your shaky legs, you quickly brush sand off of your clothes. Picking up the longest end of the broken stick, you use it as a staff to assist you in moving in between huge piles of sand. Upon seeing you escape, the disruptor roars in frustration. It spins its legs frantically one last time to create a giant pile of sand that it hurls at you. But the sand floats harmlessly down onto the path. You ignore it as you dash away into the safety of some trees. After running for what feels like forever, you stop and drop to the ground totally exhausted. You reach behind yourself, pulling out your water skin and drink the rest of your remaining water. After resting, you pick up your sack and take a moment to inventory all of the items in it. Inside, you find some food and a pair of rubber boots. In all of the excitement to get away, you have lost the handkerchief, but you don't care about it since the sandstorm has stopped. You brush some sand from out of your hair and wonder why she gave you a pair of rubber boots. You decide not to worry about it for now and instead decide to eat some of the food. After gaining back some of your strength and energy, you pick up your sack and toss it over your shoulder and pick up your makeshift staff. You decide to follow the path through the trees. The path opens up to a view of a mountain off in the distance. The sun is starting to set as you reach the foothills of the mountain. In the fading light, you can see dark storm clouds and lightning coming from the top of the mountain, and the storm appears to be headed your way. You continue on until you find an outcrop of rocks just large enough for you to slide under just in time to avoid the rain. You move the sack beneath your head and within a few moments you are fast asleep. The next day, the sun shines brightly in the blue sky and you continue on your journey. As you head up the mountain, you see a mushroom-shaped gazebo to the right of the trail. The gazebo is white and is about 8 feet around with 2 steps leading up into it. You walk up the steps and glance around the deserted and empty gazebo. In the center of it is a wooden stand and on top of it is a book. Opening up the book, you glance through the pages. You see various names like Haley, Comet and Wigglesworth along with various dates. You keep turning through the pages until you reach the last page where you find a name and date that shocks you. It says, Bacon, the year of the pig, 2010. So, it was true, Lord Bacon had come this way and had defeated the Pale Snatchers and the Disruptor. You realize that you're not alone. Others just like you have taken these same steps and have faced the same challenges and have made it this far. You smile at this thought and it comforts you. Glancing back down at the book, you turn to the next page. Spotting a pen, you remove its lid and sign your name and date. You close the book and return the pen back to the stand. Picking up your stuff, you head back to the path and continue up the mountain. By midday, you finally reach the cloudy mountain top. At the top of the mountain, you can just make out a dark ominous tower off in the distance. You can also see that the trail leads down the mountain on the other side into a forest of pine trees. You can also just see what appears to be a building of some sort in between the trees. You head down the other side and enter the forest. Making your way through the forest, You spot the building in a clearing. In the oncoming shadows of the night, you can see that the building just looks like some type of abandoned derelict wooden weather-beaten shack. The place looks empty and there are no lights on inside of it. You walk over to it and hesitate outside of the closed door. While debating on what to do next, you hear a loud scream in the darkness of the forest. Not hesitating anymore, you quickly open the door and go inside. Slamming the door closed, you slide your fingers around until you feel a long metal bar and slide it across to lock it. Feeling around in the darkness, you use your hands and your makeshift staff to feel around the shack. The shack is wooden with 4 walls and the only thing you can find is a small cot in the corner. Laying down your stuff, you stretch out on it and listen to the night sounds. After a while, you hear some scratching around the sides of the wooden walls. The scratching goes on for a little while but then stops. You finally fall asleep dreaming about food. The next day, you awake to warm sunlight shining on your face through a crack in between 2 of the wooden boards. Opening your eyes, you don't recognize where you are, but then it all comes back to you on how your journey has taken you to this shack. Reaching into your sack, you find the last of your food and eat it. Placing your foot on the floor, you kick something and it goes sliding across the floor. Walking over to the corner of the shack, you reach down and find a book. Walking back over to the cot, you sit down on it and read the title. In large kid-like drawn letters it states, 7 Realms. Your curiosity gets the best of you and you open the book. Inside of the front cover of the book, you find a strange pair of glasses resting in a hollow notch on the left side. On the right side is some print. You try to read the print, but the print appears to be written in some unknown language. Picking up the glasses, you place them on your face and notice that they appear to be magnified. You hold the book up to your face and start reading the words out loud on the first page.
Welcome to the 7 Realms?
All at once a bright light shoots out of the book and engulfs you before you have a chance to react. You feel your body shift as you fall face first into the book. Your body along with your staff and sack spin around you as you enter into some type of empty void. You close your eyes and feel your body shifting and changing. Finally, the sensation stops and you open your eyes. You find yourself laying on a wooden floor with your second staff sitting beside you.
What is going on?
You squeak. At the sound of your voice, a bright light turns on directly above you. Standing up, you see a massive computer monitor that stretches into the shadows 100 feet above you. Beneath it is a large keyboard with large oversized white and black keys. On the screen is the following information. You are in a virtual video game called 7 Realms and you are starting Realm 1, the digital dark pit of doom. You have the entry-level title of being a wooden warrior and are on a quest to become an overlord like Lord Bacon. Reaching for your staff, you reach out your arm to snatch it, but realize there is something extremely wrong with your hand. Peering closer, you realize in horror that your hand has shrunk down in size and it is covered with bluish fur. Your fingernails have also changed and they are now razor-sharp claws. Glancing down at your body, you almost pass out in shock seeing that your whole body is covered with blue fur. You glance down to see that your feet are in a pair of knee-high brown leather boots and you have a blue tail curled around your right boot. It hits you then. You have been turned into some type of blue mouse creature. Your current level in the game, your name is Rayland. You are a 4-foot-tall blue mouse creature. On your body, you are wearing pants and a leather vest. You own a black cloth sack and you have a wooden staff with magical runes on it. You have low vision and have problems seeing things far away. You are wearing a pair of stylish 3D glasses with a distance monocular that folds up and down. You can use the monocular to help you see things far away and use the other lens to see print. You also have the ability to sneak around things and can quickly type in code on a computer. At your current level, you do not know how to read Braille, lack any magical powers, and have inadequate OM skills, resources, glasses, water skin, sack containing food and rubber boots, walking staff with 2 magical runes on it. One of the runes can provide you with a strong source of light and the second one can be used to carve into solid rock. You have 3 renewable lives. If you pick the wrong choice in the game, you lose one of your lives. If you lose a life, you do not have to start back at the beginning, but start at the current level you are in the game. You stand before the giant keyboard and the last thing on the screen states, "Say the word start" to begin your journey. You feel awkward about speaking out loud, but you go ahead and say,
Start.
The print instantaneously changes and the new message flashes up on the screen. The print is so massive that you don't need your glasses to read it and you fold up the monocular. In order to start the game, the screen states, you have to create a very strong password and type it in. This was certainly unsettling. Somehow you had been transformed into some type of blue mouse creature, but now this computer also wanted you to create a very strong password. You glance to your right and see a fuzzy pile of 3D printed plastic orange wrenches. Picking up one of them, you try to type in a password but it's not long enough to reach the keyboard. You rummage through the pile until you find one that is long enough to reach the keys. You go ahead and think of a password and then type it in.
Credits: music by FreePD.com, Black Knight, Land of the Dead, and Epic Blockbuster 2 by Rafael, Krux Thighs Bar Brawl by Bryan, Teoh. Narration services by Readlab.net. Main narration voiced by Bryan, Rail voiced by Russell, credits voiced by Sally, sound effects by freesound.org. Creative Commons 0, strong wind by florianreichelt, highwind.mp3 by lextrack. Peg, Screen 2 to 96 kHz.wav by JarredGibb. Car accident with Squeal and crash by HoBoTrails. Bryan and Thunder 4 by FlatHill. Demonic Woman Scream.wav by Nick121087. Magic Spell 06.wav by igroglaz. The Shrinking Ray by Ritual. Ambience 4.wav by IanStarGe. Waves like ocean medium gentle splashing along low wall path to Ganpati Shrine on water plus distant ocean has 2 movement like Scotland Lake India. Flag kites. Ambient forest soundscape by Jakes. Swampwoods.wav by Cognito. Spring Peepers March 2012.wav by Kavga Urva Cartoon Jump.wav by Bastianhallo. Cave Wind 10.wav by yottasounds. Journey to the Interweb by Aemyn. Attribution 4.0. Snapping, wooden fence, d.wav by IanStarGe. License, https://freesound.org. Attribution 4.0. Running, ice, a.wav by IanStarGe. License, https://freesound.org. Attribution 4.0. Footsteps on Gravel by Jews. License, Attribution 4.0. https://freesound.org/s/52448/6/ License, Attribution 4.0. Stormwind.wav by Just Kidding. License, https://freesound.org. Attribution 4.0. Other sound effects by Daniel Martin. Daniel A. Martin. All rights reserved. 2024.